Hello, good afternoon to all of you. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think just wait for some time because this Mohan George is having some issue in joining. So we'll just wait for 2 minutes. Madam,
Yes.
hello. Yeah, can you all?
No, technical glitches.
No problem. No issue.
Mhm.
Okay. So what we will do is, can you, I'll first, can Sarup, can you make George as a co-host so that, you can share the screen? Can you go to, there is a third button on the bottom. After stop
Yeah.
video, then there is a next one
Yeah.
icon. Yeah, you click on that and see that whether you can share the screen.
What do you want to share? It is asking optimize for text and images. What it is?
No, don't worry about it. See,
Yeah.
you go for
Yeah.
just to share the entire screen.
Okay.
Screen, there is a screen is there now. You click on that one and share it, and see that open your PPT presentation.
Entire screen. Okay. Can you see?
No, it's not yet come.
Signal problem or anything? Entire screen share.
Okay, now you can see you can also see that one. Now you open your presentation.
I opened it.
Okay, go to presentation mode.
Yeah.
Yes, good. Now we can see you. I think its presentation is coming nicely.
Mhm.
Just give me some. Now you unshare your screen. Stop sharing. You click on stop sharing.
Unshare. Stop sharing.
Yes, correct.
Okay, it's stop sharing.
Okay, I'll just use some time to just introduce myself and just to our air quality management lecture series, and then will hand over the mic to you. Okay.
Yeah, but I think just give me a minute. Okay, I'm not just out.
No, don't worry. It's all over. Now stop sharing is it's automatically it stops. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, please. Okay.
Are you able to see my screen now? Are you able to
Yes.
see? Okay,
Yes. Yes.
good. Yes, I think Dr. Sengupta ji is also joined. So he is our first
Okay.
air quality management lecture speaker. Yeah, good afternoon, sir, and yeah, welcome you all to the air quality management lecture series. This is the 54th month air quality lecture series. So this will be jointly organized by Department of Civil Engineering, IIT Madras, Air Quality Management Association, Indian International Conference on Air Quality Management, and CEPHA network. So as you all know that air quality management lecture series is first of its kind in India, and to provide a platform for young researchers and engineers, scientists, educators, practitioners to share their latest advancement in theories and applications in air quality management. So this lectures basically includes some recent development, innovation, some experience, in the past, and recent technologies that are, made in addressing the air pollution problem, air pollution issues. This platform also provides a platform for collaboration with stakeholders and experts from various countries. So these are our speakers from past speakers. I'm noticing that we have 53 photos. So coming from diverse background and across different parts of the globe. Last lecture was given by D.K. Arvind from University of Edinburgh. So to encourage the many of the activities within air quality management. So we also started Air Quality Management Association in the year 2022. So the main objective of the association is to enhance understanding of the science behind air quality by promoting knowledge of clean air and understanding best working practices. It also provides a common forum to interact with the other members for mutual benefits. AQML also facilitates young professionals to contribute towards advancements in the field of air pollution management. This also gives some idea about clean air, clean environment for planetary health in Asia. This is a part of the UK project. We started in 2019. The project is completed, but we continue to collaborate with several of our partners, basically to bring this intersectorial, interdisciplinary engagement to co-create a lasting partnership that will help to integrate or instigate clean environment transformations in Asia particularly. So we have made key aspects, for example, engage in research, identify what works in different places, strengthen the international cooperations, build capacity, and also generate resources. So coming back, then we also have Indian International Conference on Air Quality Management. This is an annual conference. We will organize at different places. Every 2 years once, it will be held in IIT Madras. This year, we are planning to this conference in Abu Dhabi. So more details will be available in ISOCM website very soon. So today's lecture will be given by Dr. Mohan P. George. I have an opportunity to interact, with him for quite long in various projects, and he has a very vast experience in addressing air quality management issues in Delhi. And he was a former additional director of Delhi Pollution Control Board Committee. Now I request Ashwin to introduce Dr. George, and he will going to talk on air quality management in Delhi, identifying gaps and challenges. Over to you, Ashwin.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our guest today, Dr. Mohan George, is an expert in air pollution monitoring, sustainable mobility, and environmental management. Dr. Mohan George has a PhD on impact of thermal power stations on distribution and bioaccumulation of aquatic invertebrates. Additionally, he has vast experience working in Delhi Pollution Control Board, where he headed air quality laboratory and played a pivotal role in pollution monitoring since 1993. He has a vast experience in different research projects related to air quality management, such as real-time air quality and noise monitoring networks, study on odd-even traffic policies, different source apportionment studies, impact of COVID on air quality, and studies on smog in Delhi. He has very different experiences, and based on that, he'll be giving a talk today on the topic air quality management in Delhi, identifying gaps and challenges. So he is a very suitable person to talk on the topic of air quality in Delhi. So I welcome Dr. Mohan George to give his talk today.
Welcome, Dr. George. I'll stop now.
Thank you.
So now you please share from your side.
Can you see my screen, Professor?
Yes, I can see your screen, and you are comfortable now with your screen. Everything is controllable from your side.
Yeah.
Okay, please go ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Siva, for this opportunity, and Ashwin for giving a big background. And I'm surprised he's talking about me or someone else. Anyway, good afternoon. So now we come. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Audible. So, as Ashwin told, I worked for Delhi for the long period, almost 3 decades. So we will talk here on the air quality management of Delhi, what the steps we taken, what is management, and what's a gap, where we failed or where we achieved, that type of thing. So when we talk about the air quality management refers to the different activities regulatory authorities taken. Means the major stakeholder who controls. We try to control the things to achieve the goal. What action he has taken, and especially to prevent any ill effect on the human health, because our standards and our goals mainly on the human health only. When you talk about the management, air quality management, it's a cycle. So you can say we have to start from the establishing the goal. Goal means you can say our ambient standard, what we want to achieve with the targeted time, or what is safe for the society. So in that process, first you have to fix the goal or standards. Then you have to determine the emission. You have to monitor what's actually emitted. And then comes the control strategy. You have to develop the strategies, how you are going to control it, how you are going to achieve the goals. And for that strategy, you have to go for the you have to implement different programs, different type of actions you have to initiate. Then you have to evaluate also how it is working. Are you achieving the goal, or simply we are working but it's not very effective? As we discussed, we have to, first of all, we have to start from the deciding the goal. For that goal, we can say our ambient quality standards, emission reduction. Once you fix the goal, then you have to monitor, and you know how much you are exceeding or what you want to low. So you have to fix a target for emission reduction. Like in NCAP, you decided you have to reduce your emissions or improve your ambient air quality by 40%. Developing control strategies, how you are going to control it, what's the action you are going to initiate, and program, specialized program for it, and continuous evaluation. Then only you can know how effective your steps taken by you. And it's a dynamic process. It needs basic scientific research, and of course it need action from the different stakeholders. It is very necessary. When you talk about the Indian scenario, and Indian scenario, especially when you talk about the North Indian condition, the particulate is your problem. PM 2.5 and PM 10 is exceeding. So how to control it? Approximately about 80% of our population is impacted by high particulate. And some cases, it's different gases also. When you talk about the impact, what is happening, what's the source, different studies actually undertaken, and where mainly if you go for the reason, so uncontrolled urbanization and vehicular emission, vehicular population, inadequate infrastructure, these are all the reasons. When you talk about what we are doing in Indian context, different states have different program. Central government have its own program. But the major flagship program which came in recent past is NCAP 2017. It's launched, and now we have the targets. Within this much time, we have to reduce the concentration, ambient concentration of particulate by this percentage. But now comes the question. We have the NCAP, we have the standards since long, but are we achieving? If we are not achieving, what's the problem? Where we are failing? What's the reason? We have the city-specific plan. City action plans are there. We have the list of non-attainment cities. Each region and cities have different characteristics. If you talk about the Delhi or Indo-Gangetic plan, my problem is particulate. But for coastal city, the other problems are there. So we need the city-specific plan for any good management. And I always say, due to that, we have to fix the different goals. What is achievable in Delhi, it may be not possible to achieve in the south. So we have to concentrate on city-based or regional approaches we have to take. Assessments. The second component is the assessment. The component includes different tools, what you need, different type of studies, emission inventories you require, and basic air quality monitoring is required. Air quality modelings are required, which allow the air quality managers to determine how to control it. Actually, when you submit this data to any administrator, for him it is a number. He can't understand the things. So you have to transfer or convert this collected data into the administrative tool. So I have to tell, if you are concentrating on a sector, you will get this much reduction in these things. So for that, you need a good assessment. Continuous monitorings are required. You have to do the emission inventories. And you have to do the source apportionment. You have to do the carrying capacity. Then only this compilation of these all studies give the picture how to act and where to act to control the pollution. You can say for the management, basic core thing is the scientific study. But limitation, what's the limitation? We talk about, we say about 600 continuous monitoring stations are working all over India, and we have very strong network. But when you concentrate on this, and when you analyze, your monitoring is very weak. except the metro cities, the other smaller cities, what you can say second ring or third ring cities, hardly have 1 or 2 or 3 continuous monitoring stations. And the unfortunate part or the major limitation is either this station is placed at the cleanest part of the city or the most polluted part of the city. Even for the case of Delhi, the station ITO and then Anand Vihar, both in the most polluted city, and whenever media take the data, they report it. So location of the study and the proper number of the stations, these are very important things, essential things. Emission inventories. If the Delhi city is working on the 2017 based emission inventories, it's of no use. Now you say you shifted all the industries into the gas-based thing. These all emission inventories data which is available on the based of the coal-based fuel or liquid fuel. So you need high resolution emission inventories with the, you can say we need dynamic emission inventories, then only we can find out the actual actionable things. So as I said, you have to establish air quality goals, determine compliance with the goals by monitoring, inventory and modeling, design control strategies, what action is you are going to take at which place, which sector you are going to impact, implement the control strategies and track the success of it. You must be in the position if you are initiated this step, what is the impact of that? It may not be accurate, it may be 10%, 20% plus minus, but you must need an estimation for it. Okay, so now we move to the Delhi, what we did and what's the impact. I think the image which you are seeing on the screens, it itself shows where is the problem. It is upper image that shows that the concentration of the buildings and the population density, you can imagine how high it is. And the lower part of the image shows meteorological condition. This is the image you are showing, this hazy or foggy image in the second part of the March, a few days back. Suddenly, at 8:30 in the morning, the area is under hedge. We don't know what is happening. So, when you are talking about Delhi, so you must understand what is Delhi. It's a landlocked city with 1,500 square kilometer approximate, covering about 0.5% of the India's landmass. But it is inhabited by 1.6% of India's total population and hosts 8% of India's registered vehicles population. And 30,000 kilometers of the road within. The car density is 108 per kilometer. Of course, we have the biggest metro network, about 400 kilometers with 286 stations. And now it is crossed even to the NCR region. We have 32 industrial areas with 25 development areas. It means you can say that these both are the industrial, regularized industrial area. But still, more than 1 lakh tiny industries are operational in the non-industrial areas, unorganized industries. There are no major industry in Delhi. 3 coal-fired power stations were shut down, the last one closing in 2018. Monitoring. We have one of the strongest monitoring network. We have 40 continuous ambient air monitoring stations in Delhi and 6 more going to be added within few months. All type of land use area, you have a monitoring station. The aerial distance between one station to other station is hardly 5 kilometers. And for the different detailed studies, you have the manual monitoring also, which comes under knockout. Then you have one super site is here. You are doing real-time source apportionment study. And so we have very strong monitoring network, and we know what's the source. When you talk about the studies in the city, we have 5 source apportionment studies 1 decade. You have the carrying capacity for the city, you have the emission inventory for the city, but of course that emission inventory is old. Now it is required to go for one more new emission inventory. Management tools, you have graded response action plan in the it's working, it's a SOP, at what concentration or what AQI you have to act, what's your action is required by the different stakeholders. Prediction, you can predict what will be the status 72 hours after. So what I want to say is the administrator have the tool so they can be ready with the action. Real-time source apportionment is going on, so you know within this much hours condition will be this, and you have to take the action. But then too there is a problem. This image, upper image is Delhi on the 3rd January. You can see it's a cloud layer or dust layer or mixing height, whatever it is. At the same time at the Jaipur. So you can say within few kilometers that the sky is different. The mixing, the dust canopy, that's a different. And this is the image which is taken from the landing at the landing time. Of course, it's illegal. Here at top, you can see the stars, and this canopy, which is mixing height, maybe this is dust, and at the lower, you can say the city lights. So now we come how the city tried to deal with it. They did the air quality monitoring, vehicular pollution control measures they taken. They taken the action of the burning biomass, burning MSW and different things. Construction and demolition activities is controlled. Road dust management is there. Industrial pollution control matter, fuel conversion, everything is done. And of course, greening is there. So we will start from the monitoring as we discussed also. The 40 station is monitoring already 8 ambient air quality parameters, and you get the particulate matter data at the 1 hour interval, and for the gaseous for every 15 minutes you get the one set of the data. And as I said, these stations are well distributed in different land use area, so you have sufficient data for any type of modeling or any type of action. So you get the data, and of course there may be many questions. Is it at the right place or not? But as I said, it's a limitation. When you choose the location to monitor in the built-up city, there is so many problems also. There is a limitations also. And of course, AQI you get daily at 4 o'clock, CPCB issues it, and Delhi State Environmental Health Bulletin also issued every day. Vehicular pollution. Augmentation of the public transportation has happened. You have the all commercial fleet on the CNG, and now you have the very strong e-vehicle policy. So I think at present also we have about 12% registered vehicles on the electrical vehicle, which is highest in the India. And at the same time, the new government declared they want within 5 years 90% of the registered vehicle must be electrical vehicle. Of course, there is limitations. The the charging time, charging panel. Residential societies are not allowing the electric charging facilities. So long way to go. They have to work on it. Stubble burning. This year, significant stubble burning is reduction in the stubble burning is seen. Control of open burning is there. Municipal solid waste, they have the very strong whistle to control the municipal solid waste, and the waste is going to in waste to energy plants. Now comes the question: are they not polluting? They are polluting, but the pollution can be managed in the better way at these places. Legacy waste remediation is going on. A few days back, I listened the statement of the minister. You have to take the photographs, keep the photographs. You will not see this dumps anymore. It will take some time, and of course, wishful thinking. But yes, I wish they will not. The other problem, of course, in the biomass burning, what they are facing, it's a greenest capital of the world, and the pruning of the horticulture, this gardens and all is required, and this pruned waste is burnt in the unorganized colonies because it's free. Of course, Ujjwala is there, so many other programs are there, but they have to go pay for that gas cylinder. But here, what they are getting, this solid waste, biomass, is free. So still it is used, and it is contributing significantly in the ambient air pollution. Construction and demolition activities. This is now totally controlled. Construction projects is under watch. RMC plants have taken the action. Anti-smoke guns are placed to stop the emission from the construction and demolition activities. Inventorization of C&D waste is there. Illegal dumping is stopped. And they identified the location where you can dump this waste, and from there the authorized agencies can collect it. Road and soil dust, it's a problem. Mechanical road sweeping is there. Water sprinkling is there. Hot spots are identified. And of course, smoke tower, but you know the limitation of smoke tower, and now it is closed. Fuel conversion to PNG. As I said, when the last emission inventory happened, at that time industries are working on the liquid fuel. But now, any industry which have potential to air pollute the air, they are converted for the pipe natural gas. These 32 industrial area and 32 industrial area, all the industries is switched to the pipe natural gas. So one major area is controlled. But the problem is still, I can't say ki all the industries, no other fuel is burned. I shown ki there is about 1 lakh more industries are working in the unorganized industrial areas. They are burning anything because they are out of monitoring network. Greening in paving. As I said, it's one of the green area. And this green area showing higher ozone. So now we have to think about the optimization of green. How much green is required, which species is required. This we have to concentrate on. So strategies. They identified the geographical mapping of the hotspot is happened. And the teams, joint teams to the ground inspection. And they created the templates for different stakeholders to review the activities. Categories of issues being undertaken is removal of mulbar, removal of garbage, repairing of roads. These all things must be identified. This is identified, and they are taking the action. Mechanical sweeping is done. Water sprinkling on the roads on done. Night patrolling to prevent biomass burning in the crucial period is undertaken. And there is a very good coordination between the interagency act. local bodies, that's a municipal corporation, landowning agencies, PWD, State Pollution Control Board, Industries Department, and Traffic Police, or of course revenue. I missed the revenue. These all agencies are working under supervision of Chief Secretary. So there is the well coordinated things, the action. So strategies are fixed. You know what's the data, and you have the goal. And of course, they have the very good grievance redressal cell green app. That's called Green Delhi app. You can take the photograph, so that photograph will be uploaded, and the lat long everything is known, and there is a SOPs there. As soon as the complaint is received, who will act, where from the chain of action is started, and who will respond within which time. Then if these all are there in place, then why the result is not seen, why we are not achieving the goal fixed in the act? Hello. So now we will talk about the blind spots which we missed or we failed to address it. Industrial areas. When you talk about the industrial areas, industrial emission is totally controlled. There is two types of emission, source emission and fugitive emission. Source emission is somehow controlled. As I said, these industries shifted to the piped gas. But fugitive emission is the major problem. The associated infrastructure such as road, vehicle, power generation, standby power generation, and other related service pollutes the surrounding air. Our infrastructure in industrial area is very bad. Road is dusty, full of potholes. And you have, for industries also, you have the standard for source emission, but you have fugitive emission guidelines only, and that too for the very limited industries. The loading and unloading areas we don't have. Vehicle we park haphazardly, and it will all create the fugitive emission, and this add to the air pollution. Small industries, as I said, in the industries in the industrial area is controlled, but the type of city where a small industry is working in the residential area, no one knows. And that type of industry also emitting the pollutant which will make the impact. And some industry which we simply say is it's very low polluting or not significantly polluting, but it pollutes. Even for that matter, if you take the dal, wheat and flour mills, even the buffing units, which is categorized as the green industry, but they contribute significantly. Even the dry cleaning and laundries, which some way or other creating even the secondary particulates. It's not in the radar because it's a green. Industries operating in non-industrial area lack the basic infrastructure facilities. That's another problem. These industries are not appropriately monitored, so they are free to do anything. Construction and demolition waste. Major constructions are controlled. They have all the rules. They take all the actions to control it. But the small, if I am renovating my house, I will just collect the raw material outside my house, and with the movement of any vehicle, that's airborne. That contributes. And all concentration on the major works are there, but no one concentrate on the smaller buildings. Construction material yard. If you go for Delhi city, everywhere you can see they are selling the construction materials. There is no guidelines. There is no SOP. And that emits the major part. Vehicular emission. Cities have the country's highest vehicular density. Tire wear, brake produce particulate matter. This particle contribute air, water, and soil. The particulate generated by wear and tires, brake contain toxic organisms. But it all collected, may be collected with the mechanical road sweeping, but where we are disposing it of. So we have to concentrate it on this also. Landfill sites. Most landfill sites are unengineered and haphazardly managed. And windblown dust is one problem, and the fire is very common side that contributes to your ambient pollutants. Loading and unloading at the railway sidings, that's another problem. But railway says they are in the independent area and you can't enter there. But it is contributing. It's a major and significant when they are unloading the coal or even the cement tracks. Even NGT issued the direction to cover that area. So we will see some improvement in few months or years. Inland container depots. The city like Delhi have two major inland container depot. And there is these dry docks. It's always there is a jam. Vehicular emission and road resuspension dust is the major contribution from this area. Mechanical sweeping of the road. Yes, Delhi city always boast about they have the 90 mechanical sweeping cleaning the road. But where is the SOP? Where are they disposing this collected dust? Delhi city always claim that they have a SOP and they are disposing it to construction and demolition site. But in different discussions with different city, they says we don't have any SOP. We are just going to dump this. They simply dump this swept material into some low-lying area. So we have to concentrate on SOPs and we have to properly manage. Otherwise, we are shifting one place problem into other place, and once again it's windblown. They as per the claims in Delhi, they collect approximately 98 metric ton of dust daily. If we take it as 300 days, then about 20,000 metric cube dust. Where we are storing, I don't know. Manual sweeping is always done on the morning and without any water spray. It contributes. Agriculture and horticulture activities, as I said, this pruned material is dumped in the parks and it go to the, once again, for the urban burning for heating and cooking type of thing, and it contributes. The Delhi city, we have the big parks, but in the summer season, they develop the bald patches, and that open uncovered spaces give the wind-blown dust. As in the summer, the wind speed increase, and of course, the dust will be wind-blown. Road resuspension dust, that's some images. It creates problem. Pothole roads are there, and road which collect the dust, it's unpaved roads, it's all contribute. Who manages this all? Different stakeholders, groups such as ULBs, PWD, and other land owning agencies are responsible for this. So these land owning agencies with police and revenue have to take the action. How to identify? When you identify a hyper hotspot, then you have to identify the hyper local monitoring, and you have to identify the sources, and then you have to take the action. In the road networks, you have to identify the unpaved road stretches, dusty patches, potholes, vulnerability to congestion. Then only you can take the any action on these things. Industries, organized industries, you have to concentrate on the fugitive emission also. Then only the impact you can feel. Unorganized sectors must be monitored, must be checked. If they have the potential to pollute, they may be shifted or stopped. Fuel used. Are they using the approved fuel? Even in the NCR region, all the states, they have the approved fuel lists, but it differs state to state. And if in region someone is burning dirty fuel, it will impact you. Source of wind-blown dust must be identified, and action must be taken on that. Open bald pages, it must be green by any hardy grass. Road shoulders must be covered or green. How dust collected from the mechanical road sweeping is disposed of, it must be studied. Disposal of municipal waste, it must be properly collected and disposed of, instead of throwing this garbage to the some corner of the road and someone will burn it. So collect door to door and dispose of properly. Municipal dump and earmarked location only. Burning of municipal waste must be stopped. Biomass burning for cooking and heating, it must be stopped. Disposal of the horticulture waste must be properly maintained. And like this season in Delhi, leaf fall happens and that leaf is collected and burned. It will create the problem. Approved fuel. Approved fuel is notified, it must be enforced strictly. Met data must be collected, wind speed, wind direction, solar index, and it must be taken for the rectification. Thanks. I conclude here, Professor Saab.
So, yeah, thank you,
Hello.
sir. Thank you for sharing your experience and giving insight of air pollution with different examples, and also the key challenges faced in in many urban cities, particularly in Delhi. So, looking at, since you have a vast experience, and still this is the always question will what is the major issues, that is why we were not able to address the problem, and still it is not able to bring down the air qualities. And then if you try to look at it, air quality in general, maybe till October it's good only, but after that only it is start deteriorating very fast. So do you have any experience in that area, to look at it, how it should have been addressed?
If you can say that demarcation, winter and non-winter.
Okay.
Yes, from the October onwards, the condition deteriorate. You can say from 15th of October to 15th of November or November is mainly induced by the agriculture burning. And now agricultural burning is not Punjab or Delhi, it's everywhere it is burning, and whosoever is in downwind, it is getting impacted by it. So that's one part. And the second thing comes the winter. That's a meteorological condition. As I saw in the different images, that's a condition. Your mixing height is very low in that period. So it will create problem. But even in the other time, if you think poor is good, it's good. Otherwise, yes, we are always exceeding the standard, and that's our geographical location.
Okay.
So that's dust is our problem, PM10 and PM2.5.
Okay, so let me ask, I'll come back again with a few more questions. Any other questions from any audience, please, type. And I think Guptaji is raising his hand. So maybe Guptaji, go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Shiva, and thank you, Dr. George. I've been very keen to listen to your lecture because I belong to Delhi and Delhi is my hometown. And I wanted to know the problems once again. Although what you have explained is I think mostly known to people. And only question which comes to my mind again and again is, who is failing? Whether the scientists, engineers, or technocrats have failed in managing the air pollution problem, or is the government agencies, or is the administrative agencies. So
Gupta ji asking very difficult question.
it would be better.
Actually, if you ask who failed, we all fail. But Gupta ji, we can't listen.
These are the problems.
Yeah, maybe George.
Yeah.
Gupta ji, I'll transfer that. Okay, I mean, yeah, Gupta ji, there's some problem in your,
Yes.
you know. Okay, so
Hello?
Mohan ji, I'll just, translate. I think I understand what Gupta ji is saying. Yeah, please go ahead. Actually, your voice was a bit, not clear. So that's
Your
why.
voice is not coming.
Now it's clear. Okay, go ahead.
Hello? Okay.
Yes, sir. Go
Are
ahead.
you
Now
able to
it's
listen
better.
now?
Now it's better.
Are you
Yes.
able to listen now?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Now you can speak, Gupta ji.
Okay.
Yeah.
My only suggestion is that the solution to all these problems is to decongest the Delhi. So we have to shift. My only suggestion is that to decongest Delhi by shifting departments, a lot of industries, and if we want to make it as a capital, then I think all industries should be shifted out of Delhi. A capital city does not have these kind of activities. Maybe you can have small retail activities, but in a city you cannot have everything. If you have everything, then the problems are going to be enormous. And with the geographical condition of our Delhi city and the meteorological conditions that we have in winters and the small area that Delhi contains, I think problems have to be addressed in a different manner. This is my suggestion, sir.
George sir, you have some answers to that.
Yeah, Gupta ji, you are absolutely right. We have to decide it's a capital city, it's a commercial city, or it's a something else.
Yes.
We have to take a decision. But the question is that who will take the decision? That's a political head.
People and the government. Nobody else.
And other thing you asked, who failed? As society, we all failed. Because somehow, I don't know, Professor Shiva, there's a forum to talk like this, but we somehow not ready to accept the fact that we are polluted. We all want to say, no, it's one time it happened. It is not that bad. We are hiding even our data. So we have to be, first of all, we have to accept, we have to come out of this denial mode. We have to accept, yes, there's a problem. And once you accept that, you have sufficient data and you have the solution. You can't achieve a WHO standard in a day, but of course, we can move inch towards it. So administrators have to do their work, scientists and engineers, they have to do their work. And if we all are working, yes, we can achieve. Thank you.
Gupta ji, I think I just try to add some things which I thought, research-wise, if you try to look at it, India is a great in terms of, contributions to various understanding. And in fact, you have come out with our own indigenous, measurement devices. I mean, it is as you rightly look at it in the collective, air quality management is a collective effort. I think I like your point. I think we need to do some decongestion because the city is not able to take maybe the city is overloaded with its carrying capacity. So maybe it is. I agree with you. I think that's where we need to look at it. How do we, orient the different aspects of the city? Not only Delhi, but many other cities. So many other cities are also need to be planned according to that. Yeah. Okay, Joseph, another thing, I just look at it. You see, the RD1 policy, you were also part of that, and you were, see, still, if you, I just look at it. If you look at the vehicle population wise, 50% of the vehicle will not, play on the road, and as a result, there should be a significant reductions on that. And I mean, what do you think? That do we still plan this kind of an rationing? And I'll try to understand, the commuters' transport requirement and support their requirement according to their needs.
Sir, if it is question for specifically for Delhi,
it is for Delhi, yes.
I advise it only for the extreme periods, when the October or November, when the values are very high. Yes, you can do it. But if any administrator or any court want the result measured and they say that this much microgram is reduced, it's not possible because air is dynamic and it is just flowing. So you can't get that value. The major reduction you can't see. But yes, you can calculate by the fuel cell reduction and the better road condition, the high speed movement of the vehicles. Yes, you can measure. But if you make it very common, Dahliites will go for the next vehicle, one with the odd number and one with the even number. What they say, Cobra effect. So it is going to happen. So you can't make it, you generalize it. It's in extreme things, extreme condition, you have to do it. When you say ki hazardous condition or grab 4 condition comes, you can do it.
Can you also just, because you are already also involved in this GRAP, which implemented in Delhi on several occasions.
Yeah.
So what's your experience with that?
Actually, sir, when this GRAP is developed, it's a SOP. SOP, why it is required? When you are in the government, for any, go for the approval. So by the time you come with the administrative approval, the episode is over. So this GRAP came for that. Ki, okay, when you reach on this AQI level, this stakeholder will initiate these actions. The list of actions is there. Actually, it's that for that. And this GRAP is for, if you are in the moderate, you must not go into the poor. If you are in poor already, you try to stop, you will not enter into the very poor. But I think when you take this type of action in 1,500 square kilometer area, it's difficult. So I don't know, we have to restructure it. What my feeling is, just simply saying from tomorrow morning the construction is stopped, or Euro 3 vehicle will not go to the road just now, will stop. That not very good things. We have to plan. In October, now we have long-term data available with us. You have to say in October there will be no construction activities. Okay. From 1st October to 30th October, there will be no activity, construction activity. That type of ban is required. Otherwise, this is all eyewash. It will not make any.
See, the construction activities, I agree with that. But see, there are technologies that may be available. We can contain all the emissions which are coming out from the construction activity. The only thing is, I don't know whether the construction industry is aware that they can even, put a proper barriers so that all the emissions can contain within that. If you think there is some kind of an examples, demonstrating examples, can it possible in men's? Have you any such things happened in Delhi with your experience where you say that okay, this is the best example in terms of an industry helped in controlling the emissions?
Sir, I think we failed when we are developing building our new parliament.
Okay.
At that time, we must have did that in a model way, but we missed it.
Okay,
So
but is it in
I don't have any example to quote. Yes, at that place it's did very neatly. No, I don't have.
But this what about the metro constructions and other things where I mean they still
Metro construction at the time of Mr. Sridharan.
Hmm.
Yes, that was excellent. But now it's degraded like anything.
Okay, okay, good. Okay, any other questions from any of you? Do you have any questions to George? If you have any questions, please type in the question box, chat box.
I think prefabricated construction techniques, which are now being used in the construction industry, are being employed in Delhi also to a very large extent. And I think they should be encouraged, prefabricated components.
Yeah, I think that's I agree with
one
you.
answer, I think.
Any other questions from any of you?
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Sriharsha, ex-chairman of Karnataka State Environmental Impact Assessment Authority.
Okay,
Sir,
please go ahead.
What I would like to know from Dr. Mohan George is whether there is really an impact of the stubble burning, which is often climbed and unclimbed. Whether there is any real impact of this stubble burning on the air quality index of Delhi, or is it otherwise? If there is an impact, what may be the possible solutions? Because time and again it has been put forth and taken back, put forth and taken back. What is the real impact of this stubble burning on the air quality of Delhi?
Sir, stubble burning is impacting, no doubt. I think this 4 or 5 source apportionment study is done. Even the real-time source apportionment study, the data shows the concentration range, contribution range varies from 2 to 50-60% on a given day. But this is the problem, you can say, as I quoted, 15th October to 15th November. That specific period when burning is happening at a very high level.
Yes, okay. So what can be the possible solution for this?
Solutions are actually, there is an administrative order which delayed the sowing of the paddy crop in Punjab by 1 month. Because there's observations that the underground water level is going down. Because they use the water and then waited for monsoon. But now with this administrative order, this process is delayed. So the harvesting is delayed. By the time this harvesting starts, you are in the downwind and the weather, meteorological condition changed. So this emission is traveling towards Delhi. Actually, it is nothing between Punjab or Delhi or like this. It is problem of the Indo-Gangetic plain. You know, sir, it go up to Patna, Calcutta, even sometime up to Dhaka.
Correct.
So we have to think in that manner. So either they have to shift to any other crop. It's a big issue. The big stretch is going to impact it. And simply telling, no, it is not impacting, that's a misinterpretation of data. Sometimes they say 2%. So they say it's negligible. It's okay. But I say it's 2% to 70%. It day-to-day variation. On the basis of that, how much paddy thing is burned.
Okay, Dr. George. One more thing which I'm thinking, because you've already also associated with in setting up of so many monitoring stations in Delhi. So looking at that, is there any stations which you consider that as a background station, or probably we can use those data to reflect, particularly during the stubble burning or other different periods, use those as a reference background station and indicate that how much is contributing to the city?
You are talking about background stations, sir?
Yeah, background stations for Delhi.
Sir, 2 stations in Delhi we take it as background. One is Nazafgarh and the second one is near Qutub Minar. This station always 15 to 20% lesser than other stations. And if you are talking between Punjab or Delhi, actually, sir, I think we have to audit our all stations from Delhi to Punjab, and then we have to see the data if is there any impact or not.
I think that's the example where Gupta ji is also rightly pointed out that I think where are we, moving towards, because somewhere we need to. I think you have rightly said we have a lot of stations are there, and those stations data is maybe sometime it is creating some an information which is not really helpful for taking the decisions, and as a result maybe we are not able to address the problem. I think if we can
two things are there, sir. One, we have to convert this data into administrative tools. Because administrator is not interested. Your value is 150 or value is 250. Is least bother. You have to convert this in the administrative action taken thing, some document or something. And our data must be critically evaluated and correct.
Sure.
I seen the smoke guns spraying data directly to your station to reduce the concentration. So why we are generating this data? Why we wasting money? We have to stop it.
Okay, good. There's one question in the chat box, and it is like a general remarks, it looks like. So it is my personal observation that no control measures are being followed in NCR. NCR became a concrete jungle, and they are not followed GRAP. Even single-use plastic is not being banned in Delhi NCR. I don't know. Is it true? I think since you are all the Delhi Pollution Control Committee, I mean, this is some remarks.
I think it's a remark of Nidhi. I'm reading at that time when you are asking. I'm reading that.
Yeah. Okay.
So Nidhi, as a retired officer, yes, I agree. Single-use plastic is everywhere in Delhi. But if we simple with a blanket statement, if we say no action is taken, it's a little bit biased. It's harsh on the agencies. I think Delhi is the city where they experimented so many things, and that's copied in different cities. Or you can say it's a living laboratory where we are learning with the steps as water sprinkling. In 1917, we said you have to sprinkle the water on the roads to stop the dust. But and Delhi did it. But the problem is that now after 8-9 years, if someone asks me, I will tell you stop it, because the way we are doing it is totally wrong. At the time, even the pore size, droplet size, the sprinkler nozzle, everything specification is given. And now I see the tankers using the bathroom shower and spraying the water on the road. That will create more problem. And the same way the smoke guns, I don't think now it have the impact. We learn from our mistakes, so we have to improve. But many things we did, of course, we failed. As the fugitive emission and long list I shown in my presentation, which we overlooked.
Okay, Dr. George, thank you very much, for a wonderful talk. And before we close, we will have a, one group photo. So I request everyone to start your camera. All of you can start your camera, maybe, yeah. Okay, Saket, or one of you can just. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. George. Thank you very much for your time and, agreeing to give a talk for this. It was very nice sharing your experience with Delhi.
It's my
Thank you all for joining this talk. So I'm supporting this air quality management lecture series. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sir,
Thank
I
you.
have
Yeah.
Yeah, Guptaji.
I
Sir,
said this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. George, have anything else you wanted to say?
Nothing. Guptaji is
Yeah.
speaking something.
Okay. Thank you very much. See you. Bye.
All right.